What's going on, guys? It's your boy Durante, and I'm back at it again with another episode of Keep Talking. And guys, I don't know about you, but the NBA this season has been through the roof, man. I'm talking about 50-point games, 40-point games, 40-point triple doubles. The stars have really started to show out, man. And I mean, it's seeming more like this season, stars are going for that big money. They're going for that big contract. A lot of guys are on their last year of the contract. Guys like Tatum, guys like DeMar DeRozan, guys like LeBron. These guys definitely want to, prove to the world that, they're the top players and they deserve that money. But last night, the Los Angeles Lakers played, and guys, it has been just a carousel, a roller coaster ride, whatever ride you want to call it with the Lakers this season. These guys have not been playing well. I think that the attribution of Russell Westbrook has not gone well for them. The spacing on the floor does not work. I do not see a lot of production from their bench, but the sad thing is their bench is actually giving them more than what Russ is. He has some games where he plays through the roof. He'll play and get 39 and 9, 35, 15 and 10, but it never really contributes to winning. He's shooting sometimes below 40% from the field, and he's never been a three-point shooter. But this season, man, he's down in the 20s. It takes Herculean efforts from LeBron to even keep the team relevant. And in his 19th season, that's a lot to ask of LeBron James. The Los Angeles Lakers this season have been a complete and utter disappointment. Last night, LeBron showed just how disappointing the Lakers are. It took a 50-point game against one of the worst teams in the Eastern Conference for them to barely squeak by, because that game was close up until maybe 5 or 6 minutes to go, when LeBron just went bonkers and started hitting insane turnaround shots. I watched the game. It was absolutely a masterpiece. LeBron James put on 50 points, 18 of 25 shooting, 6 of 9 from 3. The guy was nuclear. I mean, when he has a hot hand, there's not much you can do to stop him. When he hit that 3 and you got to press up on him and he blows right by you, he still has that speed. He still has the ability to elevate over top guys. He's a problem. He's an absolute problem. And the NBA this season, it's been showcasing superstar talent like never before. You see guys like Joel Embiid, guys like Nikola Jokic, guys like DeMar DeRozan going out here getting 30, 40, 50-point games every night. I mean, I just saw a game the other night where Jokic had 45 and 15? It's absolutely crazy, especially for the position that they play. 7-footers should not be out here getting you 15 assists. It's definitely something different. The NFL hasn't been nearly as exciting as the NBA. I believe that with the trade deadline and the spring offseason coming around, the NFL is going to ramp up. And they're starting off with this Russell Wilson news. Russell Wilson gets traded to from the Seattle Seahawks, to the Denver Broncos for 2 first-round picks, 2 second-round picks, a 4th-round and a 5th-round pick. So they basically have mortgaged, their next 2 years for Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson, to me, is a top 5 quarterback in the NFL. Top 5, no doubt. I believe that his combination of passing, running, and his intellect, there's just not many guys in the NFL that's seen what he's seen, done what he's done. He's won a Super Bowl. He's been to 2. He's been in the playoffs. And most importantly, he's kept Seattle, which has been like a small market team, relevant. He's kept a small market team relevant for the last decade. And now I believe that for the next decade, he's going to make Denver relevant. Denver is a perfect situation. A lot of league sources say that Russell Wilson actually preferred to go to Denver. I don't like how they had to let go of their young tight end Noah Fant, but I believe that the situation that Russell Wilson is in now is perfect for a quarterback of somebody in his stage of his career. I believe that he's in his prime, more so towards the end of it. You're giving him a very young, experienced, young and experienced isn't really, things you say hand in hand, but you give him like young guys that are still young, but they've had a couple of years under their belt. Guys like Jerry Jeudy, guys like Cortland Sutton, the stud running back Javonte Williams, and the defense is nothing to close your eyes about. They have the number 3 scoring defense, the Denver Broncos do. They have a stud at Patrick Surtain, and they have definitely a defense that can sustain the type of offense that Russell Wilson is going to run. I believe that Russell Wilson wants to hand the ball off 20, 25 times a game and only be throwing somewhere between 20 and 25 himself. When you ask Russell Wilson to drop back and throw the ball 40 times, he's been proving that he can win you games with his arm. But Russell Wilson is the most souped up game manager quarterback you're ever going to see. He isn't going to go out there and give you 500 yards and 6 touchdowns. Even the games when Russell Wilson has 5 touchdowns, they're mostly 2 deep balls to Tyler Lockett and some goal line plays in which he had to scramble around. Russell Wilson is not a 450-yard passing quarterback. He's a guy that can hurt you 300 yards over the air and probably 70 or 80 yards on the ground. Up until Deshaun Watson coming into the league, Russell Wilson was viewed as the next evolution of quarterback, a guy that can consistently grab you first downs on the ground and through the air. So it's going to be interesting to see how Denver and Russell Wilson play out, especially in that division, which has suddenly become the best in all of pro football. We're talking on here, guys. Keep talking. I'm going to put out more videos. I know I've been slacking here recently, but I'm going to put out videos every single day, anywhere between, 10 and 15 minutes. And I just want to, keep in touch with the people that subscribe to my page, So without further ado, guys, keep talking.